But now that we've talked about cost and things like that, let's talk about how you're going to want to paint these and mock them up to really give you as close a feel to the Rohirrim as you can while still being Space Marines. Now, the first thing we want to talk about is the color scheme. I went with a very dark green armor, almost a Caliban green, or a Monument Hobbies dark green, or a black green, I think is the actual official name for it. It's a really, really good dark forest green tone that really does pull in that Rohirrim color scheme that we see a lot in Lord of the Rings. Now you're going to want to accent that with a lot of gold or bronze. I would tend to lean a little bit more bronze just because it once again fits. And I even went so far as to bronze the main section of the helmet and then leave the faceplate green. It gives it a really, really cool feel. If you wanted to invert that and just leave the helmet green and do the crest bronze as well, you could. Whatever you feel will look the best and will be the easiest to paint is definitely a direction I would go. Now, I do accent with quite a bit of brown as well because leather and leather armor and stuff like that is very common with the Rohirrim. On top of that, I do a lot of brown on their bike to kind of faux represent the horses and give it a little bit more of that classic feel. I did include a green stripe on here just to make it so it's not just a giant brown mess. And then I accented with quite a bit of bronze, and I went with a little bit more gunmetal to make sure it stayed in that slightly darker feel. And basing wise, you're going to want to base like a grassland as well. So paint it brown, add dirt and grass to it to make it look like your army's racing through the grasslands of Rohan. It's a pretty simple basing scheme that shouldn't take too long to do, especially with the right tools. I actually just picked up an Army Painter basing kit recently to help with my new successor chapter as soon as I start painting them. But it really does kind of change the way you look at your actual units. If they're all based and look and feel like they're running through a meadow or fighting on the grasslands of Rohan, it helps it stay very true to the lore accuracy as well when it comes to Rohirrim.